Hello and welcome back to the Great War Western Front. We are continuing our attack on Verdun. This is a very strong French fort. There are some unique maps here that give the French an advantage when they are defending Verdun. So it's going to take us a while to crack this nut. Let's get started. Alright, so here we are. We have this map with the river going across the middle, just a small ford leading into sea. And the same problem we had last time with the cannon emplacement. So it's immune to everything except fire, undermining, and siege artillery, and we have none of those. So what I think I'm going to do is try to wear them down. I do have the manpower, and I could use artillery to cross and get up close to it. But once I'm there, I'm gonna have to sneak around in the trenches to avoid exposing myself to this machine gun fire. Although now that I think about it, I might be able to cross and clear enough out of sea to secure a victory. At the very least, I want to wear them down with artillery, make the most of that, and just cause casualties. It's going to wear down their, their national will, wear down their gold supplies. So I think that's where I'm going to start. This artillery is not, the light artillery is not super effective, especially since it looks like some of these trenches are upgraded. I did bring in a flak panzer because I'm expecting them to have air support. Not really certain though. We'll see how it goes. I feel like for a while I was seeing a lot more planes, especially bringing in fighters. We'd have some dogfights. But since then, it seems like they haven't used as many. I wonder if I shot down enough planes that they lost their air wings, and they haven't had enough cash to replace their air wings. So let's see if this bomber hits anything. So this is a machine gun pillbox, and this one is a cannon pillbox. And there's another machine gun pillbox back there. So I'm really going to have to stay in the trenches. I don't want to expose my tanks to that either. I'm sure if I send a tank up there, it'll get shredded by this cannon pillbox. So let's start with hitting this front line. Let's plan this a little bit. These flamethrower troops are going to be a challenge. They're really tough to face off against in trenches, understandably. And we'll just send some waves across. We will screen these with the light artillery, and hopefully that'll get us close enough that we can get in the trenches, get some cover, and hold ground. So we have that first trench. They're suppressed pretty well. And I think now I'm going to do the rolling barrage to smoke off my troops. And where's my other one? We will just drop it there. Get that barrage going. And that should keep my guys covered pretty well. Limit how effective they're going to be in targeting my troops. So their troops are on the move. And we already have some flamethrower issues. Let's get in that trench before they fully cook my dudes. Those flamethrowers are tough. I don't know if I have an answer for them. But But we do have an answer for when they get out of the trenches. That's going to be our key, is to try to keep them in the open wherever possible. And they are moving quick. I wonder if they got an upgrade that improved the speed of their troops. Because they're not messing around. Let's get some reinforcements pulling up into the front trenches here. Because we will need them. Yeah, they're coming at me. I'm just going to start dropping light artillery. I know it's not super effective, but it's going to do something to their morale. It'll do a few casualties, and hopefully put me in a little better spot as we're getting ready for the melee. That's one company down, their troops. There we go, another company down. This plane seems like it has infinite fuel. It's been around for a while. And they don't have many troops left in here. I don't want to use all my supply. I'm trying to gauge how much is wise to use here. I'm gonna just start using a little smoke here to cover my advance. Do have another barrage to call in. We'll just try to keep that smoke there. So they have sighted me. Let's get in that trench, get some cover. Let's see. A light barrage might be enough to finish off that company. I'm going to drop a heavy barrage on this balloon. I don't think that's going to finish off the balloon. I don't think it'll be enough. What I'm going to need is the siege artillery. Alright, I think I'm going to call it here. We're still working on their battle fatigue. So it's going to be reduced for the next battle. Hopefully we did more casualties to them than they did to us. And I'm thinking they've got to be in rough supply positions because I haven't seen as many offensives from them. So yeah, 150, 180. Pretty close. Not a big difference there. And a perfect stalemate bordering on a minor loss. Alright, so that was my group from Thionville. Now we have Metz, which I can also attack from, but it's not as built up. Stenay might be a good region to go from. I have a lot of troops there, or Longevy. I might need to buy more supply. Stenay has a lot more troops, so I think I will start with this one. Go for another attack and try to play it nice and easy, not use too much supply, and maybe capture some territory, hopefully do some casualties, keep working on that battle fatigue. So this is the same map as last time, with the key difference being that we have siege artillery. Now it is 200 supply to hit them with siege artillery. So I'm going to have to be very strategic about that. Because I don't have a ton of supply in this battle. Just going to lightly spread out some troops here to hold off their individual weird counterattacks that they do. And put everyone else on the right side. I think that looks like the best side to attack on here. Let's see. Do I dare put it this far forward? No. I'll put my balloon here. I like this spot back here for my guns. Far enough back they're not going to get hit. But I've got a good range of fire there. Oh, that was a heavy. I want lights. And where else can I stick a light battery? This is good. It's a good spot. And yeah, not a lot of supply left. I won't even have enough for siege artillery. So this might be a quick one. The name of the game might just be to cause a few casualties and bail. Well, let's do that. So they have mortars firing at my lines. Is a bomber the most effective way to take care of these? Or just guns? I'm going to just hit it with heavy artillery, a lot of heavy artillery, and hopefully that'll take it out. I don't know if it'll be enough. Let's see how it's doing. It's below half, but the barrage is just about finished here. I'm going to try a light and see if that's enough to finish it off. There we go. Got that field gun taken out. It's interesting their mortars were close enough to take out, or to at least attack my troops. And I think here, they don't have any big enough concentrations that it's worth using gas on them. I could try it. That's 80 supply though. I think I'm just gonna hit them with regular artillery and do some damage, cause some casualties, and call it a day. Let's put this on double speed. One thing it might be worth doing is locating some of their artillery. Let's see if this is a spot where there might be artillery. It looked like a weird gap in the lines. So I'm going to see if that is where they're hiding their guns. See what our plane is uncovering. No, we haven't located any guns. We have some troops moving, but no guns. Interesting. I don't know, if I had to guess, that's where I would have thought they put their guns. And I think I might just take out some more of this flamethrower company and call it a day. I think I'm running low on things that are useful for me to do. Yeah, let's call it there. I think we're still going to get the battle fatigue out of it. So let's see. We lost basically nothing. They lost 50 gold. None of the bonuses at the bottom. I wonder what their supply use is like, if we're wearing down their supply or just ours. So a minor loss, they actually got 1 national will out of that. And our supply is low. So let's see what their national will is like, or their morale here is like. Actually, not too much of a difference. I think we might have to abandon this attack and wait, because we don't have the supply to keep this up, or the money. They picked where we are vulnerable here. At least we have 3 core here compared to where we had just 2 before. We reinforced it a little bit. They have 10 though. So we're on the defensive here. I do remember building up some of these trenches. So if you see here, we've got some upgraded ones. A few that are actually fully upgraded, so that is good. So I'm going to take my best troops and put them in the upgraded trenches, with the rationale that they are most valuable and can do the most damage. We want them to be the most protected from suppression, from artillery fire, and the lighter troops are a little more expendable. So I'm going to finish setting this up here. So I actually went a little light on troops and went heavy on emplacements. I went with 2 of the upgraded mortars. They are more durable. So they're immune to suppression, which is cool. Haven't seen that yet. Now I could use those flak panzers. Bad news is I'm down to 74 supply. And here we see our first American troops. The special ability of the American troops is that they gain extra morale from being near tanks compared to other allied troops. Now this is that standard first small wave that they've been doing. So nothing really exciting going on here. And there is a British unit that attacked us as well. That must just be a recon plane. I don't know why else they'd be sending a single fighter out. So I hear snipers. They've got troops on the move somewhere that my snipers can see, but I can't yet see. I'm guessing this means that they are... they tested my lines. They could see a little bit of what my defenses looked like. And we should see a major assault coming sometime soon. I'm pretty limited in what I'm working with here. I have just only veteran infantry companies to call in. There we go. We've got more snipers active here. And I'm thinking that means they've got some troops moving. They're still going, so they've got to be out of the... Here we go. I was just going to say, they've got to be out of the trenches somewhere. So we now have Indian, French, British, and American troops here. We got rid of the flamethrower company, which is good, because that was going to cause us some major problems. And their tank already took out my mortar company, which is really bad. I spent a lot of supply on that. Luckily, my troops from the far right are able to supply some pretty good suppressive fire and start to knock out some of those troops that are on the right flank. But this tank is just pushing right through my lines. This is going to be tough. And we got guys abandoning the trenches, my veterans abandoning the trenches. That's really bad. And because they're so far on my flank, it's going to be hard for me to call in reinforcements effectively here. Let's see, the tank should be done soon. It can't have much left. There we go. Now we should be able to turn our fire on the flamethrower teams. Let's get these guys moving into the next trench line. Have American raiders coming up, who we turned around. Our guys in the middle are holding them off, which is good. We need that. And I'm going to use some of my heavy artillery here to suppress that unit in the trench. There we go. Now we've got guys on the move. We're counterattacking, I think just like we need to here. And once we take this unit out, my vets are able to take up firing lines and start to work on these next companies coming at us. All right, we got some units retreating. I don't think these guys are going to make it to the trench. And this will be straightforward to reclaim this trench. Just send one unit up. And we'll even be able to provide cover with my other units while that front line's being retaken. Snipers are helpful. They start to wear down those companies moving up before they get within firing range of my regular rifles. I'm not too afraid of the bombers, especially just since my main lines are already taken out. So there's nothing else they can really do to me here. I'm going to start to bring over some of the extra units I have on the left side since I am out of units to call in. They want a ceasefire, I'll take it. I lost no ground, didn't lose too many troops. I'm pretty happy with how this one went. So there we go, we got 125 supply for the efficiency medal, got the command medal, and only cost us 145 gold where they lost 743. Great victory here, big hit to their national will. Exactly what we needed. Their national will only dropped 4. I wonder if one of those medals helped them. And here we go. They're attacking that same spot. We now have some battle fatigue. And we're going to be, again, limited on supply. And they're coming at us with 11 corps. So we've got a big marshy area through the middle. I'm not sure if that's actually going to affect movement speed or not. See, I've got some upgraded trenches here. And I've just now noticed this icon on the top that tells exactly what map we're fighting on. Got some really upgraded trenches in the middle. And same setup, 2 corps of vets, 1 corps of regulars. I'm going to try a similar strategy with putting my best troops in the most upgraded positions. I think that worked well to give them a little extra cover. It's kind of weird having mostly vets and only a few regulars. It kind of throws off your usual thinking in that your vets are going to be less plentiful than your regulars. I think that should be good for the vets. Don't think I'm going to go so hard on the reinforced mortars. What I am going to do is put them a little further back, and I'll go lighter on the left side. Make sure I've got full coverage from my heavy guns there. On the right side, I'm just going to go with a machine gun. Let's try this for an angle. So that's all the emplacements and things I'm going to put up. And fill in with some regulars. I'll skip ahead to the actual fighting. And here we go. So again, we have no planes, no tanks. We are going fully 1914 here. Just heavy artillery, and that's the best we've got. Let's see what kind of plane they're flying over. Just recon. Our snipers are doing some work on these front recon units. They're not going to make it anywhere close to our lines. They were halfway done before they even got into regular rifle range. Nothing coming just yet. Can usually see when their supply moves, that's when they're calling in more units, getting ready to launch a big assault, but they probably have everyone they need from that, just from the start of the battle. So as usual, they checked the left, middle, and right of the lines. Not sure where they're going to come at me. They usually don't do the middle. Looks like the AI prefers to do, if you split it in thirds, the gaps between the thirds, this kind of center left and center right, seem to be where they're most likely to attack. Another plane is up. This one's a bomber, so they're probably going to go at my... here we go. They're probably going to go right at my machine gun post here. Let's get some fire with my heavy artillery working on these units. And heavy artillery in the middle of this concentration of troops should work nicely. Just unfortunately wish I had more. Where's my machine gun? My machine gun's suppressed, and there's really nothing in range here. Unfortunately. I'm gonna get overrun. Wow. My trenches are unfortunately connected here. So if anyone retreats, let's see. I'll actually retreat this back unit and get another veteran unit coming in, because I need this extra firepower here. Let's see. This is weird. Their tank is basically spawn camping me. But I think we've got it. Okay, we've got it now. That tank is about to go down. I might lose one trench here, but I won't lose two. And I think this is a good spot to hit them with artillery, where they have this front trench held. And just as that barrage is about to finish, I'll go over the top and retake it. They did manage to take one trench over here. But because it's disconnected, if they have to leave it, they'll be in trouble. Let's go over the top and go get it. This tank is already quite heavily damaged. I'm not sure how that works, but I'll take it. This is a Whippet tank, and it's out. So let's get some of these troops moving up. I don't know if it's going to be safe to. They've got another heavy tank here. So I could be in a little trouble. We'll see. I'm going to try to land artillery right on it. Did do some damage to it. And I'm going to lose that front trench. And these guys are going to retreat, looks like. But we're keeping rifle fire on the tank, so its health is going down steadily. Slowly, but steadily. I'm going to try to sneakily retake this front trench while I have the chance to. There we go, and I'm going to move some vets across and go for this trench. They ended up coming to me. I'll take it. And here we have another big assault. I'm going to try to time the artillery to hit them as they're crossing through. It's going to do a number on those troops coming through. Please take out the flamethrowers. Those guys are the worst. going to send some vets forward, just assuming that by the time they get there, that trench is going to be vacated. Our supply is depleted. But with the amount they're having to dedicate to taking out just this one side, I don't think they'll have the momentum to take the rest of the map. They're taking some heavy casualties, leaving the trenches. And their units aren't making it to his full strength. As I say that, they get a veteran infantry in one of my trenches at full strength. Let's see, we still have 5 guns here. I'm gonna use it on this trench. I don't like that flamethrower being this close. And having flamethrowers and elite troops in the same trench makes it definitely worth hitting. We're going to just narrowly lose this trench. Don't think sending guys directly to it's the wisest move and best use of my resources. They're going to try to reinforce. I'm a little bit cut off here, which is partially intentional, but it does make it difficult once they have a foothold in those front trenches. We're doing a good job taking out these troops in the front. Where it's going to get difficult is if they start to get in these trenches, build them up, and then come through the trenches at me. I could really use another line of trenches back here that I can fall back to. Or some way to get reinforcements up to this side. But we're doing a decent job so far holding them off. Get a lot of rifle fire on this Raider company. If the Raider company makes it to this trench, then that's going to get things, make things complicated for us. I wonder if I just send 2 companies right at it. Let's see what happens. I'm guessing that they won't have the firepower to stop me in this short distance. Let's see. One company has it pretty rough, but they're going to make it in. Second company's going to make it in pretty good order. So there we go, we've got a trench. And I'm going to drop some artillery right on these flamethrower troops, because I don't like having them in my trenches. And now we've got another trench full of troops you can fire. Anyone comes to reinforce these guys. So let's see, there we go. We've got rifle fire on these guys now. It's going to make it a little tougher for them to get into this next line. All right, they didn't even make it. So I think we're holding up okay. This is definitely a tough one. Their tanks are making it tough on me. I've got to look through the tech tree and see if there are any anti-tank techs. Just thinking through what I know about World War I, which admittedly is not a lot. I believe the anti-tank rifles started to play a more important role as the war went on. I don't know if those are modeled in game. I'll have to look through the tech tree and see what they've got. My guys are definitely feeling the battle fatigue right now. Their morale is low. They're not happy about having a tank right on top of them. But we're holding off. Again, this is 11 cores against my 2. Or 3 cores. So the fact that we're just holding up this well is pretty impressive. I'm going to try again to retake this trench. Hopefully I can sneak in while that tank is busy. Or maybe even hit it with rifle fire and grenades. We'll see. There we go. Oh, I actually lost visibility onto this trench and didn't realize it was occupied. So that's unfortunate, but we could deal with it. It'll be good to have another trench we can fire from. And I don't have enough supply to bring in more troops at this point. So let's see where I can maybe bring in some other guys from the left side. That is pretty well secured right now. I don't think they're going to launch any assaults there. And yep, they won't, because they're calling a ceasefire. We made it. And here we go. Let's see the stats. 400 to 1200 for the cost. We got our supply bonus, our cash bonus. They got none of those bonuses except the 1 willpower, but they also got -10. So I think that's everything we needed out of the battle. We got up 9, they're down 9. We got more national will from knocking out their tanks. If only we could take them down more. They're still at 342. That's a long way to go. But it's the next turn. We've got a research points. Let's see what this event is. Defeat 3 British raider companies. We will do that in any battle where they're attacking us. So for my options here, I don't see any anti-tank stuff over here. This is gas, improved bunkhouses, improved machine guns. Let's see, this is all planes. Anything that is anti-tank? I don't see it. If you know of something anti-tank, let me know. I'm not investing heavily into the intelligence side. It just doesn't seem like that is what the most effective use of my limited points I have to invest. So we could go with the repair team. What is this here? Base health. I think I want to go with just upgrading my infantry. I want to get the elite training. So let's apply that for now. We've got 1900 gold and only 216 supply. Verdun has no penalties again. They're already back up to full health from, not full health, full, I guess fatigue. They're not fatigued anymore from being attacked. So I'm actually gonna sit this turn out and wait. Let's see, maybe move a few more troops into this attack around Verdun. Got 5 corps down here. Make sure I've got the best setup I can to attack next turn. All right, so I think I am going to call it right here for today. Thanks again for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. And we will keep it going next time with the Siege of Verdun. Have a good one.